I often hear beginners say that they made a Korean friend using the verb 만들다, to make. So you could say something like 친구 만들었어요. I made a friend, literally, and yes, it is okay. It does mean that, and Koreans will say that too. However, if you use the verb 만들다 to say that you made a friend, it actually doesn't just sound like you got a friend. It sounds like you went out of your way to make yourself, you made a friend. Kind of like you found a friend is what it sounds like. So this is okay to use, but usually when you make friends, it's not like you went out in the street and talked with them and gathered them together and, hung out with them. It's more like it just sort of happens, right? You meet them like in an event or whatever, in which case there is a much better, more natural word that you can use than 만들다. And that is the verb sangida, which does not mean to make, actually. Now, sangida is a word that's really tricky to translate by itself, but it's really easy to translate when you see it used with other words, and it has a lot of uses besides just saying to make friends, and it will often sound much more natural than other alternatives. So this is the topic of today's video, but first I need to say thanks to the sponsor of today's video, of course, my Patreon supporters and my channel members right here on YouTube. You are helping me to pay my bills, to pay my cell phone bill, to go to Korea and make videos, and all of this stuff, it is supported by you. So thank you. And if you are also interested in helping to support me in this channel and making more content and videos, I'll have links for how you can do that in the video description box. So what is sangida? Well, it literally means to occur, or to arise, or to be formed. And it's actually commonly used to say how something or someone physically appears. For example, if you were to take a noun and you were to attach 처럼, which means like, and then use sangida, it means to physically appear, to look like whatever noun it's used after. For example, if something looks like a cat, 고양이처럼 생겼어요. It was formed like a cat, literally. Like I said, it's tricky to translate, but it means it looks like, physically looks like a cat. Or if you want to insult someone, you can say 바보처럼 생겼어요, like they look like an idiot. Don't say this to strangers though, of course. And you can learn more about this form on my channel if you search for my other videos. Okay. But what I want to talk about in this video is how sangida gets used by itself. So not with 처럼 to say something looks like, but just to say that something itself is formed or arises. For example, you can say that an idea or a problem can arise. Literally, if you say 문제가 생기다, a problem arises, so then what would arise mean? Well, if you think about it, arise, it's something that wasn't there before that now is. So there wasn't a 문제, a problem, or maybe an idea or whatever. There wasn't a problem before, but now there is. It occurred, it formed. There was, you could say. So 문제가 생겼어요. A problem arose, meaning we had a problem. And this is exactly how sangida gets used with many nouns, is to say something that wasn't there before. And although this word sounds quite awkward in English, in Korean, this word sounds so natural and is so commonly used. So here are some of the most common ways you're going to see sangida used. First, there's idea. So 아이디어가 생겼어요. An idea arose, or I got an idea. So you can translate this as either get or have. 아이디어가 생겼어요. I got, or I had, an idea, as in I didn't before, but now I do. 문제가 생겼어요. We had a problem. Or 돈, money. 돈이 생기다. Money arises. Money is formed, or to get money, implying you didn't have it before, but now we've got some money. 돈이 조금 생겼어요. We've got some money now. And let's go back to the very first example we gave with making a friend. 친구가 생기다. you didn't have a friend before, but now you do, you can say I made a friend or I got a friend. Maybe if you make a friend at a language exchange meetup, and now you have a friend. And the same goes with the words 여자친구 for girlfriend and 남자친구 for boyfriend. So if you want to say that you got a friend, as in you made him, not that you went out and searched for them and found them, here, be my friend, then you can use 생기다. So 친구 많이 생겼어요. I got a lot of friends that I didn't have before. And finally, one more. 의욕 means a drive or motivation. So you can say that you've got motivation. You didn't have motivation before, but now you're motivated. And they would say 의욕이 생기다. So maybe when you watch some of my Korean videos and you feel like, 의욕이 생겼어요. I've got some motivation now. And there are a lot of these. In fact, I'm purposely only giving you a few because there are so many words that you'll see used with it. Some other really common ones. 주름 for wrinkles. 주름이 생기다. So you've got wrinkles, you get wrinkles. 기회, an opportunity. Not that there was an opportunity, not just 있었어요, but 생겼어요. I've got, or I had, an opportunity. Or maybe 의구심, which is like doubts. So like, I had some doubts, like that. And you'll notice that this is most of the time used in the past tense because, again, you're saying it was formed, not it forms right now, it is forming or anything, but it appeared, it arose, it formed. So you'll hear this used in the past tense most often. Also, another thing you probably noted is that in all of these examples, I use the subject marker. Now, you don't have to, you could also use the topic marker, but you do not use the object marker. So you wouldn't say like anything like this because that wouldn't make sense since you're not doing anything to it. It itself is what's arising or being formed. So, where else have you seen this verb 생기다 used before? Let me know in the comments below. I check all of them. Thank you again to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members for making all of this happen. And I'll see you again in another video. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.